E.T. the movie is a beloved classic. E.T. the Atari game, well...
Now here's the thing about E.T., it's widely regarded as the worst video game of all time.
Do we really need to actually talk about this game?
This game is so bad!
It's not the worst, but E.T. for the Atari 2600 is pretty janky. But here's a thought. What if I actually read the manual? Welcome back to Complete in Box, the series where we take a look back at classic games along with the box, the instructions, and all the other cool stuff they originally came with. I'm Chris Kohler, features editor of Kotaku, and today we are looking at what is still, 35 years later, one of the most controversial games ever, Atari's E.T. the Extraterrestrial. E.T. was the biggest movie of 1982, and Atari wanted to strike while the iron was hot. At a time when video games took about 6 months to create, E.T. was designed in just 6 weeks to get it on shelves before Christmas. This difficult job was given to master Atari designer Howard Scott Warshaw, who also designed Yar's Revenge and Raiders of the Lost Ark. The movie's director, Steven Spielberg, wanted something like Pac-Man, you know, E.T., he eats the Reese's Pieces, done. But Warshaw had grander plans. He created one of the Atari 2600's most complex games, so complex that players were absolutely baffled by it. Imagine you're an overzealous child popping in Atari 2600 ET on Christmas morning 1982. Maybe your experience was something like this. Wow, that is an awesome title screen. Oh man, look at ET right there. Oh, and the music is beautiful. Oh, if the rest of the game is this good, this is gonna be incredible. Okay, here I am, E.T., touching down on my spaceship. I'm ready, I'm in a forest. Hey, a dot, there's a dot over there. I should go grab that dot. Oh, it's probably Reese's Pieces. It's a Reese's Piece. Oh, I got one. I have one Reese's Piece. Fantastic, I'm on my way. I literally have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, I guess I'll try going over here, and I fell into a pit. Okay, no, this is not a problem. I have magical ET powers. Oh, I'm levitating. Okay, I'm levitating out of the pit, and I'm back in the pit. Oh, look, a friendly stranger. Excuse me, sir, I have no idea what's... stop touching me! What are you doing? And he's taken me to what is either jail or the Parthenon. I'm guessing lots of Christmas mornings in 1982 were spent falling into pits and crying. When I recently played E.T. again, I had no idea what I was doing either. So finally, I opened up the manual and I realized something. There was no way in my life I was ever going to figure this game out without doing a lot of reading. For starters, it turned out that all those hieroglyphics on the top of the screen were E.T.'s powers, and they could only be activated by standing on these randomized spots in the world. Additionally, I found out what you're supposed to be doing. Your mission, it says, is to help E.T. find the 3 pieces of his interplanetary telephone, call his ship, and guide him to the landing pad in time to be rescued. Would not have gotten that by playing the game. For example, the pieces of his phone were at the bottom of those damn pits. Now, if you want to know which pits, you can activate the question mark power to find out, if you happen to be randomly standing on it. Everything about this game, the scoring system, what all those Reese's Pieces are for, is all detailed here in page after page of dense text. Apparently, Atari even knew that the manual itself was confusing because it put an extra tip sheet in the box. One of the tips was how to crank the difficulty all the way down, which removed the game's enemies. Armed with the manual and the tip sheet, and knowing how to put the game into easy mode, I was finally able to assemble the phone and send E.T. back to his home planet. But here's the thing, I'm an adult. A lot of kids who got this game as a present were probably still working their way through the Cat in the Hat, at best. Were they going to be able to read and process all this information? Ultimately, once you learn how to play it, E.T. is still a frustrating game, but at least it's understandable. In an era of pick up and play games like Space Invaders and Pong, it was weird to have a game where you had to read and absorb the entire manual before you even picked up the controller. I feel really bad for anybody who ripped this open on Christmas morning and immediately threw all the paperwork in the trash with the wrapping paper and the bow. The players who did figure out ET were probably the ones who kept it complete in box.